Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored and humbled to be here today. My name is Linda Sarsour. I was one of the national co-chairs for the Women's March on Washington, and also the co-founder of the first Muslim online organizing platform, Empower Change, and I am so grateful to be here this evening. I am grateful for the work of Witness, but when I think about Witness and I think about the important work that they do abroad in places like the Middle East and in places like Africa, I think about the type of witness that we have to bear to here in the United States of America. Witnessing the killing of unarmed black men and women at the hands of law enforcement, witnessing the deportations of thousands of immigrants, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends, witnessing the stripping of health care away from millions of Americans. Literally, people will die without their health care. We are literally witnessing the crumbling of our democracy right before our very eyes. We are also witnessing bigotry and xenophobia and homophobia and Islamophobia being normalized, where the bigots now are bolder and feel braver than ever. But amidst all of that, I feel optimism. I am an optimistic activist. It is because I am a member of the resistance. The resistance is strategic, it is inclusive, and it is intersectional. But that's not the only part that makes me optimistic about it. What makes me optimistic is that it is led by women. And it is also centering the leadership and brilliance of women of color. Strong black women. I am honored to follow them and to be led by them and to be loved by them. And I'm grateful tonight to honor one of those strong black women who has taught us to radically love in the movement, that we are never done because the love for our people is never done. A fierce and unapologetic black woman, which has allowed us and me to be also unapologetic about who I am. One of the co-founders of the Black Lives Matter movement, and a woman running a wonderful organization that I've been working with for so long, the Black Alliance for Just Immigration. Please love and radically love and honor one of the leaders of the resistance and a woman that is going to help us get all free, because when one is not free, none of us are free. Please show your love for Opal Tometi, co-founder of the Black Lives Matter movement, and my sister in the movement.
Wow. Thank you all so much. This is such a beautiful and humbling acknowledgement this evening. And although I know you're honoring the unique leadership and journey that I've been on, please know that it's because of an incredible team and a beautiful community that's been committed and is dynamic, and whom I draw a great deal of strength from and inspiration. Their stories and their lives are why I fight tirelessly for human rights and social justice. And it's why I refuse to let people like Donald Trump and his administration attempt to dictate whose lives matter. I know I'm one of many who can testify to what a critical organization that Witness has become. And tonight, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge why I personally appreciate this organization. What many people don't know is that almost 10 years ago, I was a communications intern focusing on social media at Witness. Yeah. So Witness. I was a grad student at the University of Arizona and traveled to New York City for a summer to participate in their program. It was my dream to be in New York City working on human rights And I was so eager about this opportunity that I shared a bed with my best friend for the entire summer in order to take this opportunity. We made it work, all right? But it was truly because of leaders like Yvette, Priscilla, and Matisse. They so impacted my life. They encouraged interns to lead and to contribute. I even created the first ever Twitter session, a learning session for the staff. I even have the materials saved to my Google Drive as proof that I did that. Your Twitter game blew up after that, all right? I'd like to think that my little contribution has something to do with it, but I digress. Witness actually gave me the tools, the philosophy, the skills that affirmed what I intuitively knew, and that is words, storytelling, and more importantly, truth-telling matters. It matters. And that we have power, and we can build more power if we do it right. And this is why 7 years ago, I started working as the communications director and national organizer for the Black Alliance for Just Immigration, or BAJI. We're the first national immigrant rights organization for Black people. We have offices in DC, here in New York, Atlanta, Oakland, and Los Angeles. And I've been privileged to now have grown with BAJI and now serve as the executive director. My work with an explicitly Black organization and my background in communications is exactly why I partnered with Alicia and Patrice to co-create Black Lives Matter back in 2013. I knew in my gut that I needed to buy blacklivesmatter.com and launch the social media channels to harness our voices and amplify our stories in order to tell the truth about anti-Black racism, but also about how beautiful Black people are. And this is precisely why I'm heartened to see that Witness now has a program to address US-based human rights violations. It's important. We can no longer abide by the status quo of US exceptionalism, but we must tell the truth about human rights atrocities right here, and the culprits must be held accountable. As people of conscience, we know that under this administration, it's only getting worse, and we'll need unapologetic movements with the expertise of organizations like Witness to stop the injustice. From the suppression of dissent, to the rampant xenophobia, misogyny, Islamophobia, to the over-policing of our communities that leads to extrajudicial killing of unarmed Black people, including children, every single week. There is a lot at stake, brothers and sisters. And we can't tune out or get tired because we are hearing terrible news every single day. Vulnerable communities and future generations need us to rise up. And we are fortunate to be alive right now. We are living in a capital H history-making moment. And we get to chart the course. But we must stay woke. We must stay committed, and we must stay action-oriented, especially white people. It's true, right? Especially white people, because we know people of color have been fed up for a long time. We know this. Nevertheless, the vision remains the same, and we can demand nothing less but a multiracial democracy that respects our humanity and that works for everyone. So thank you. Thank you for the recognition. I am so honored to be here, and congratulations, Witness, your entire team, the communities that you serve, for 25 phenomenal years. Here's to 25 more, or to the end of the injustice so we don't need another 25. Thank you.